So the story so far, because I didn't get to I didn't get to film a lot of it because I was being watched, was so I turned up at this place. This is like an ambulance park, uh, some kind of ambulance service thing. It's beautiful here. It's really nice. Um, and so there was a groundskeeper who was like an older man, and then a younger woman called I'm not going to tell you her name. Um, and she was the one who called me to pick up these bees. Um, and so I kind of started setting up my equipment, and I kind of gathered like a crowd of of ambulance drivers, which was reassuring because it meant that I'm sure that if I got stung to death, I wouldn't get stung to death. But you know, I was fiddling around with them, and every time I had to like shake the branch or anything, eventually I chopped off a bit of the branch to that the bees were nesting on, to like get them to move because I couldn't get at them. Every time I shook the branch, you know, the bees would all go like, and then some of them would fly around, and there'd be like a cloud of bees, and you know, everyone, all these young women would just scream, and it was very distracting actually. But you know, people are very interested in it. It's a very exciting thing to happen. Yeah, it's fun doing it as well. See that. So I'm trying to catch these bees. I've chopped off the branch that they were all clustered on, put it in there. I shook them all off onto this blanket, and they were climbing in. I see now that they're climbing out, so the queen must still be in there, and they must be trying to get to her. So I either have to, maybe I'll shake them off again and just take that branch away. We'll see. Okay, what I decided to do, I wish I could have got this on camera. They were covering the inside of this bucket. They kind of still are, but it was way worse than that. I took out all the frames of honeycomb, and I just shook them in there, and I set this to queen excluder mode. You can't even see it because there are so many bees covering it. So if the queen's in there, she can't get out now, and all the other bees will march in there. I should probably, so I'm going to leave them for a little bit to calm down because that was a bit stressful for them. And then I'm going to try and put the comb back in, close it all up, and then just wait for the rest of them to march in. Okay, so there's some still in the bucket. Those guys are a bit stupid, I guess. They've mostly moved in. I'm going to have to replace those before I install them. And I might just kind of leave this until the evening. After they've all moved in, assuming the owners are all okay with that, because I don't want to leave any behind, so I might just leave it until after sunset or some nonsense. No, this one's doing a waggle dance. Stop that. Stop waggle dancing. This is your home now. Okay, so I don't think much has changed. It's been about an hour. They're mostly they're sort of dwindling. They're getting in there more and more. What I'm going to try and do now is replace all the comb back in there, so that if they have decided that's home, they've got something to build on instead of, you know, just building on the side of the box or whatever. That wouldn't be ideal. So I'm going to put that in there, see what we can do. So I've booked the afternoon off. I had already done that. So I was hoping to come back and collect these guys at like sunset. But these guys close the car park at like 5. So that's not ideal. I could beg. I don't know if that's going to do anything. I don't know what to do. But yeah, I do need to go and come back because I'm giving blood later today as well. And then I actually have B club, which maybe I'll skip if I'm already doing B things. But I have some questions as well. I'd like to ask some expert advice. They're marching in quite happily, but there's still going to be some scouts out and about exploring, I reckon, and I don't want to take their colony away and then for them to come back to nothing. So deciding what the best course of action is, that's where I'm at right now. Come on, hurry up, guy. I think what's happened is someone's bloody stopped in the entrance and these guys are trying to get in, but they're all too stupid. But look, they're trying to get in. Bless them. I've been talking to people about, apparently they've had a few swarms. There was one in the hedge before. They kind of thought it was the same one, but I very much doubt it because that was a couple of days ago. So apparently, there's a beehive that lives in the brickwork up there, and this could be a swarm from them. Oh, I wonder if you can see that. But so the groundskeeper made a very good point, which was that these bricks are going to be getting bloody hot. So maybe they're leaving because they actually decide it's not a very good home. The other thing is there used to be some woods over there, and they've all been cut down recently for building. So I wonder if these bees are either evicted from there, or this is that's where they would normally go, and there's just nowhere for them to go now. So they've had to come and try and make a home in this hedge. So what I've just done, it's 4 o'clock now. I need these guys in their home by 5. So what I'm doing is just gently misting them for this, so that they all think it's raining and they think it's time to come inside. Well, I think we are going to have some stragglers because I'd like to leave it until sunset, but I don't think that's going to... Well, I can't do that. I can't leave it until sunset because I'll be locked out. So, c'est la vie. It's worked really well because what was happening is I've also turned this to kind of be a wider entrance so that they can get in a bit faster. But what they were doing is some were coming in and some were going out, and some were coming in and some were going out, and now they're all going in now that they think it's raining. For the most part, you do get occasionally one, but I'll just give them another mist. And I want these ones that are flying around to land and go home. Okay, it's 4:48. There are like dozens of bees outside. I don't think, but every time I open the door, another one comes out. So I've closed the door, and I think it's time to call it and go. Because I've got to be out of here by 5, so, cutting it a bit close. I wonder if you can hear this. This is slightly unnerving. You can kind of hear them skittering around in there. Must be restless. I better get them home. Yeah, look at them. They're very keen to get out, which makes me feel slightly guilty that I'm now going to try and stuff up this entrance with leaves so that they can't get out. But they're very keen. Look at this. So I'm slightly nervous about this table. It seemed sturdier in the shop. Maybe I'll put some weight on it or something, or bury its legs. But yeah, they're very keen to get busy, but they might all just fly away if I let them, so I have to not let them, which is a bit of a shame. Wish me luck. Okay, so it was a disaster. They're very keen to get out. I've let some out, and now they're trying to get back in. I think I've screwed this up. So what I'm going to do, instead of what I was planning to do, is I'm just going to leave them a couple of hours, and then I'm just going to set it to queen excluder mode. And then the queen can't get out, and the rest should stay. So that's what I'm going to do. Look, oh bless them. Oh, they're all stressed out. My poor things. I'm skipping bee club tonight because I need to look after these guys. Okay, so I've done some research, and turns out a couple of hours isn't going to be enough for them to resettle themselves. It says 1 to 3 days. I'm going to let them out tomorrow because it's too hot to leave them cooped up inside. This branch I've put in front is supposed to, when they come out, they're meant to go, oh bloody hell, there's a branch there, and it forces them to like reorient themselves instead of just flying out going, yeah, I know where I'm going. So that's the idea with the branch. It looks very silly, but hopefully when I eventually open them up, they'll be happy about that. Oh, these poor guys keep coming back. And I can't let them in, because if I let them in, they'll let more out. It's very sad for them. I'm sure they'll be fine. Something that happens is kind of orphaned bees like this, and like the ones I've left behind at the other place, they just go to other hives and say, hey, can you let me in if I promise to work? And they'll let them in, you know. So, you know, it feels sad, but they're actually fine, is the truth.